Hello, my name is Simon Phillips, and we are sitting in Phantom Recordings today. I started my recording career in London actually it was probably about 1970. I think my first session was, and that was at one of the BBC studios. That would have been around 1972, 1973. And so I actually, not as an engineer, but as a player, recorded through quite a few Neve consoles that were set up in London at the time. There's a lot of vintage consoles around, and they're beautiful and they sound great, but time has changed them, and I can pretty much guarantee they don't sound the same as they did back then. When you're working all digital, it's amazing what you get used to. It's perfect. Every time you close the session, you open it up, it's exactly the same. But with analog, it's not. There are changes, and you're hearing things that you don't normally hear with all digital. Here we have a beautiful vintage Neve BMC console, which we think was manufactured in around 1973. And we've actually fitted it out with brand new BAE 1084s. This method of mixing, coming out of the box and going through the Neve and through the 10DCs, was in fact the way I did this record, which has just been released. It was the first time I've done that. I've been mixing in the box for quite a few years now. And it took a few goes at it. I had to find out the best gain structure, and using the 1084s to give it that little extra analog warmth that we're always desperate to get these days. So we're kind of recreating a vintage console, but also with the advantages of using a more up-to-date modern mic pre and EQ section. And of course, another great thing about these is these actually use the original Carnhill St. Ives transformers, input and output. What's interesting about these, because obviously they're brand new, but they're absolutely identical, is I'm pretty sure that's what the sound was back then. And on a couple of particular recordings, I've been able to recreate some very 70s sounds. And it's amazing, it takes me right back.